guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video in slightly different scenery. My bedroom is like top floor and it gets really dark, and it's such a nice sunny day today, so I thought I'd come down here and yeah, film in here today. So today's video is going to be a video all about the things that kind of change in your life when you're diagnosed with diabetes, and all of the things that you have to not necessarily worry about, but think about and consider when you have type 1 diabetes that other people don't have to think about. I read a stat recently that says type 1 diabetics make on average 180 more decisions than the average person every single day, and I 100% feel that. Like, I get really bad decision fatigue, and it may be why towards the end of the day my diabetes control isn't as good as in the morning, because by the end of the day I'm done with making decisions and thinking decisions through. This video is going to be kind of a summary of a load of different things that we may have to think about or consider with type 1 diabetes. Obviously there are tons of them, I'm not going to be able to list all, some of them may not be relevant to all people, but I'm going to try and do it fairly quick fire. So if I do mention anything that you want me to kind of explain more in depth, then leave it in the comments below. Certain things I will like point you in the direction of some of my other videos, because I can like dive deep into them and explain things more clearly, but I just want to keep this kind of quick fire. Let's just get into all of the things you may have to worry about or consider with type 1 diabetes. So gonna start with the obvious. Everyone, all of us, have to think about how many carbs am I going to be eating, what's in my food, what type of carbs are in my food, how am I going to inject for this. Then when we're out and about, we have to think about, will I be able to stop and inject? For example, I'm going out on a country walk. Can I sit down and inject? How am I going to keep my insulin cold on a hot sunny day? When I'm traveling, how do I keep my insulin cool enough so that it doesn't expire by the time I get to my destination? There's a tip for this. I will leave some links in the description box to Frio cool bags, which are a lifesaver for keeping insulin cold. If I go low while I am not at home and not around people that I know, will there be anyone around that understands diabetes and can help me in case of an emergency? Tip, always wear your diabetes medical alerts. Again, we'll leave some links in the description box to some that I really like. When I move house or move towns, where will I get my new prescription from? How long will it be until I can get my new prescription? And if I have things that I need to get approval for, how is this approval going to happen, i.e. Libra? Not everyone can get access to them, and there's a postcode lottery in the UK, and certain areas prescribe them and certain areas don't. Will I be able to even move to this new location in case I am not going to be able to get my Libra or my pump available on the NHS? I'm currently going through this all now because I am moving in 2 weeks, and I need to work out if my local area is going to approve my Libra or if my prescription is going to be stopped. And I need to also work out if I'm going to be able to get hold of a pump. I've been wanting to get one for ages, but can't get one in my current local area because I'm going to be moving, and then I might not be able to get the same one on prescription. When I move into my new tiny little flat, where am I going to keep all of my diabetes supplies? If I eat this pizza / Chinese / Indian / any form of high fat, high carb takeaway, am I going to be eating early enough to then be able to inject again later on before I go to bed, or am I going to just end up having a really high blood sugar all night? Is this super hot, really nice weather going to make my blood sugars go crazy? Am I going to be high all day if I sit around, or if I start moving and doing activity, am I suddenly going to have an insanely low blood sugar? If I go over and stay at a friend's or a relative's house, are they going to have appropriate hypo snacks, or am I going to have to take my entire kitchen cupboard with me in case I have multiple lows over the course of a weekend? Am I safe to be taking part in a new sport or some kind of contact activity, or is it going to knock off my pump or my CGM or my Libra? Tip for this one, get yourself some tape. I didn't used to have tape, but since I got the Meow Meow, it really knocks off my Libra quite a lot. So I got some tape from Expression Med tape, and again, we'll leave linked in the description box, but super handy. But sometimes there are things that you worry about or can't do in case it's going to knock off your medical device. Am I going to wake up early enough tomorrow morning to be able to give my basal injection, or am I going to have to set an alarm on a Sunday morning just to wake up to give my insulin in time? If I want to go out with my friends and drink some alcohol, is the alcohol going to increase my blood sugar or make me drop really suddenly? Am I going to have to eat before I go to bed after I've drunk alcohol? Do I still do the same insulin injections after I've drunk alcohol? Tip for this one, check out my everything about alcohol and diabetes video, where I literally answer all of these questions and more, and my tips for drinking, diabetes and being safe. During this job interview or board meeting or exam or any other formal stressful situation, is my blood sugar now going to spike because of the stress and adrenaline in this situation? And will I be able to have access to food and my insulin and medication and blood testing supplies during this exam slash meeting slash interview, or am I going to run the risk of going low if I can't have access to these supplies? Is my blood sugar going to run high or low all day now because I slept really badly? Side note, if you slept really badly as a diabetic, let's be honest, it's probably because you had a bad night of blood sugar. Am I going to be incredibly insulin sensitive for the next few days because my period's about to start? And am I in for a week or so or a few days of lows and not being able to do what I want to do because of hypos? And now that my period's over, how long is it going to be until I start going high again or getting back to my normal insulin resistance post-period? If I'm dating, how long should I leave it until I tell the person that I'm dating that I'm diabetic? Is it weird if I don't tell them, or if I do tell them, is that going to put them off? Are they going to understand? Are they going to just think it's a burden? Are they going to think that I was just fat or ate too much sugar? How am I going to fit all of my insulin and hypo snacks and blood testing kit and all of my supplies in a tiny little handbag or clutch when I want to go on a night out? Side note, again, for this one, I do have a video all about what's in my diabetes bag, and I give tips on condensing all of your supplies into a nice little clutch to still be cute on a night out. Again, when I go on holiday, are the airport security staff going to be understanding that I need to take a cool bag with liquid in on my hand luggage? And are they going to understand that I can't go through the scanner with a CGM? If not, am I just going to have to ruin a Libra? When I go to school, will my teachers understand what type 1 diabetes is and how they can help me and what I need to do to manage my diabetes? And if I go low, can they support me? Will they understand that I might need to leave lessons to treat a high or low blood sugar? Will the other kids understand what I'm going through, or will they just be idiots and take the mick for no reason? If I register with a new GP when I go to uni, how am I going to get my supplies when I then come home in the holidays? What I did is I had to stay registered at home and then get my dad to post me my Libra every month. I would get sent to, and insulin I would have to pre-order loads and just take it with me. Will the restaurant that I'm going to have its nutritional information, or am I going to have to guess and risk highs and lows after that? Again, side note, I do have a video all about carb counting and how to manage this when you are out at restaurants or at friends' houses, and to be as accurate as possible while guessing, and how to find helpful resources for carb counting. We'll link that. How do I manage my basal insulin when I change time zones to go on holiday? If I'm really sick and my blood sugar keeps rising but I still can't eat, do I still do my insulin as normal, or how do I manage not eating and still injecting? Am I going to be walking or doing any form of exercise after eating this meal? And if so, how do I want to go about altering my insulin doses? Again, side note, I just did a whole video about managing your blood sugars around different forms of exercise, and we'll link that one here. I want to go swimming, but my Libra or CGM or pump is only waterproof for 30 minutes. How do I manage that? Do I just accept that I can now only swim for 30 minutes, or do I try and find a solution? I want to wear a dress, but it doesn't leave me any easy access to injection sites or anywhere where I can clip a pump. What do I do? Do I just wear the dress anyway and hope that there's a toilet that I can go to inject? Or do I just not wear the dress and have my outfits dictated by diabetes? So those are just a few of the things that you have to now consider with type 1 diabetes. It is not an extensive list, and I don't want this video to be like a downer on all the things that you now have to think about and potentially worry about with diabetes. It's just more of a thing to make you aware of some things that you may have to consider so that you can plan diabetes into your life. And I'm sure you noticed I did mention a load of links to other videos that I have done answering all these questions, so don't worry, all of these things are things that you can maneuver around and work into your life, and you can still have a completely 100% normal life. But I just also wanted to make this video to make people that don't have diabetes aware of maybe some of the things that they don't think that we have to think about, if that makes sense. Just to kind of raise awareness about how it's not actually just stop eating sugar and inject some insulin. Like, diabetes is a lot harder than that, and that's why there are a lot of support groups that are needed and mental health support that is needed for people with type 1 diabetes that isn't always available. And so I think these kind of videos are important to make people aware of the struggles that we face as type 1 diabetes. So yeah, if this video has been helpful to you, please give it a like, because it really helps me to know what kind of videos you enjoy watching. And again, like I said at the beginning, if there was anything I said that you are unsure about or want some clarification on, then please leave me a comment below. But I have just seen a notification from my meow meow telling me that I'm going low, so I'm going to go and fix that, and I will see you in the next one.